Hi folks, how you doing today? Welcome to the Smart Money Program. I'm your host, Frank Corbin. And as always, we promise every time we have a show, it gets better and better. And we're going to give you more wealthful knowledge, strategies that you can use to change your financial situation, whether it's from investing in real estate, stocks, bonds, you name what it is, and even to start your own business. Today, we have I have with my co-host today, Daniel Corbin. How are you doing, Daniel?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. So we have a good guest today. His name is Victor, and Victor is a business consultant. And what Victor does, they guide people and show them different strategies that they can use to start their own business. Now, what kind of business you have interest in?
Well, I don't really know right now.
You don't really know right now. Well, hopefully, over this course of this interview with Victor, you will be able to figure out something or some strategy or get some tips where you can start your own business. How old are you, Daniel?
10 years old.
10 years old. Wow. 10 years old trying to start your own business. Amazing. All right, folks. We're going to discuss the business you can start. That's the title of the book written by Victor. Victor, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Frank. And Daniel, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Now, Victor, how you come around writing this book? The book title, The Business You Can Start, Spotting the Greatest Opportunity in the Economic Downturn. How you come about writing this book?
Well, I just thought, given the economic climates that we have all around the world now, I think the news is more negative than it needs to be. And I just found that there's a lot of frustration in the society where people don't seem to know exactly what to do, and they're kind of lost in the information, in the news. So I decided to just put all the knowledge that the information that I have, that I'm privy to, into a book to be able to share the knowledge with everybody out there, trying to challenge people to understand that the economic downturn is not all doom and gloom, but there are still a lot of opportunities out there that one can exploit to be able to turn out the situation, the current situation around for good.
And you're in London, England, is that correct?
Absolutely.
And you have a business consulting firm out there?
Yes.
And what exactly you guys do?
Well, what we do is we offer professional advice, one-on-one advice to people who want to start their own business. We give them the guidance, the tools, and we also go reach out and in the form of seminars. We organize business seminars, and we speak in various groups anywhere we're invited to kind of offer hope at the same time the practical tools and necessary guidance in how to start a successful business. Because there's one thing about being passionate about an idea, but there's another thing being able to start as an informed person. So we are more inclined to looking out for people who really want to start, but they want to start very well informed on the right footing and help them to get the right foundations.
Excellent. So now some might say, well, Victor, the American market is going crazy. Real estate is right down to zero in some parts of the United States. Europe have their financial issues. The rest of the world is struggling. Why would I, my solid, sane mind, want to start a business?
Well, it's interesting. When you check all the available statistics, in actual fact, if you look on the 500 top businesses in the United Kingdom, in the United States, for instance, you find out about 500 of the half of the businesses on the stock market started during the economic downturn, and that is not just something that happened on its own, because there are certain factors that really helps people to be able to start at this time. And among these factors are, first and foremost, you have to understand that a business, as I always say, it's aimed to solve three major problems. Every business either solves the problems of yesterday, or the problems of today, or the problems of tomorrow. Now, what best time do we have more problems than this current economy? So what I challenge people to do, listen, when we have so much problem, this is the best time to try to see how best you can be able to come up with the solutions that will help you to be able to solve these problems. And I offer certain advantages that economic downturn offers. One of them is simple. With a lot of big businesses collapsing, as you come into the system, you find that the competition is a bit more relaxed. Okay, so whatever you're trying to do, you find that, well, some people have already gone out of business, but then you can't be able to, if you really prepare yourself, or you can't be able to fix yourself in there and be able to compete quite more effectively than during a boom time. And secondly, you also find that a lot of people have been laid off, and if you're going to do any business that will involve employing people, then you are more prone to be able to get access to very qualified and well-trained staff at far more cheaper costs than it would have taken you to have cost you during the boom time. The third point I would like to highlight over here is the fact that you find a lot of even stores that were left vacant because the businesses which occupied them have basically gone bankrupt. And most of these ones, you can renegotiate with the landlords and get a very low down deal, because most of them will prefer getting somebody in at a very low cost instead of having it empty. So you are more able to negotiate for very good deals, and including suppliers as well. There are a lot of suppliers out there who've lost out a lot of people who used to be their customers, and you could also go in there and have very good terms to start with, because they also still want to be in business, and they rather have somebody they can get a very good flexible terms than just allowing their stocks to just be in a warehouse and not being able to, be access for business.
Excellent. You have here in your book, you said you have 30 ways to identify opportunities anywhere in the world. So I'm here in Mississauga, Canada. How do I find the opportunities, let's say in London, England, or maybe in Dubai or somewhere? How do I find these opportunities in different parts of the world?
Well, there are a lot of ways of identifying opportunity. Like I said, in one of the first and foremost thing you want to do, you listen to the news. The news has got rich content and rich information with regards to what is doing well somewhere. That probably, and for globalization has made it, and internet has made it possible for us to be able to access information from anywhere in the world. Now, when you listen to the news, full of rich resources of information that can help you to be able to identify where opportunities are. You might find an opportunity in another country that is not currently in the city that you are in, and you might want to think of importing that idea into your country, or you could also, the news also will highlight to you what is not doing well somewhere and where probably is already taking off. So the news is one of the first and foremost ways of identifying opportunities. Secondly, you find that most governments now are doing everything possible to help their small businesses, okay? And in doing so, if you look at most of the government's budget, you can be able to identify to see what the government's priorities are. And whatever, we understand a lot of countries are challenging, trying to expend more on capital expenditure. So you want to see, well, if the government is trying to invest in this particular area of business, is there any way that I can be able to go in for some part of that contract, okay? Be it a subcontractor, or be able to provide a particular service that is being lacked, or provide something that is in line with the government's current focus, okay? You also want to visit trade shows. In visiting a lot of trade shows, you come across a lot of businesses out there that people are trying to find distributors, find people they can partner with. And I also challenge people, take advantage of your network. I am currently, for instance, on LinkedIn, and I keep on getting people connecting with me from all over the world for various business opportunities. And you'll be surprised, I'm getting a lot of more business opportunities now than I had when the economic downturn.
Wow. Let me ask you this now, and the common thing I'm hearing from folks, Frank, I want to start my own business, but I don't have any money. The bank's not lending. So without any financial capital, how does a person have to take advantage of all these opportunities that you've seen on LinkedIn and different parts of the world?
The first and foremost I tell people to do, never look at a bank as a first source of your income, okay? You want to always take advantage of the people around you, and you can only do that effectively when you've been able to put your plan together. And I challenge people, yes, a business plan is not a guarantee in succeeding in business. However, it is worth going through the process, because you get to be able to identify the realities involved in going about the business. So when you have a very good business plan, you'll be surprised how many people around you will be willing to invest in that kind of business. Because what it is many people have taken their money out of their property business as well as the stock market, and they're looking for ways to invest, okay? And if you present a very good business plan, they are more inclined to be able to do so. So the bank should be, to me, should be the last resort. Besides, the government is making available all sorts of incentives out there to help people. It's not only in terms of money, but at times in terms of facilities that are being made available to people out there who want to start on their own. I know in certain scenarios where governments are providing kind of free kind of accommodation or office space where people can just go in there like incubators and start using the facilities for free until they get their foot in the ground and get their business going.
Let me ask you this. In starting a business, is there any particular legal structure I should be looking at?
Well, it's easier to. I'm very careful in giving a blank statement because every business has got, different ways and the best ways to be able to take advantage of. Especially, you want to look at whatever legal structure you want to go in for. You want to look at what are the tax incentives or the tax benefits. What are in the United Kingdom, we call it the social security or the national insurance. Okay, you want to see the rates that are involved. You want to also look at how do you want your business to be controlled. Okay, because whatever legal structure you go in for determines who controls your business eventually. If you go in for a limited liability company, you are more likely to submit the business control to the board of directors. Whereas if you go in for sole tradership, you are more likely going into be the one who is going to be the boss, ultimate boss, and bear all the responsibility. So it depends on the business you're going to. But if you're going to go into businesses that are more structured, then I would rather challenge you to try and look at the possibility of protecting your assets as much as possible in making sure you don't overexpose yourself to the people out there by probably going for a limited liability company where you are basically shielded from your assets.
Now, Victor, your company, you guys are international business consultants. You talk to people from all over the world, India, China, United States, Canada. Where you see, in what industry or sector are you finding most people getting involved in business? Is it service? Is it information? Is it product manufacturing? What sector you see they're moving in?
I think what people are trying to do, because customers have become more and more kind of sophisticated and going for value for money products, what I find most businesses trying to focus on now is products that provide the basic needs for customers, things that are more valued, things that, whereas probably previously people have spent so much on holiday facilities, these days most people are trying to provide facilities or businesses, basic things like clothing, okay? Basic things like food, healthy food. Okay, because the current trend is gearing towards, everybody's talking about the environment, everybody's talking about health, eating healthy, and trying to curb down the obesity problem that we have all around us. So those kind of businesses seems to be able to stand the test of time. So if anybody wants to go into attire, going for businesses that are providing basic value, helping people to be able to adjust their life to get the best out of the little that is available in the hands of most people now.
Now, I talked to some folks before creating the program for you, and some people saying, well, Frank, I don't have a business idea. What do I do? Where do I start? I don't know what to do. But I want to start a business, but I don't know what direction I should go in. What should that person start with?
The first thing is get a copy of my book. Yes, absolutely. That's the best thing. Because see, what makes this book stand out is the fact that you find a lot of business books out there that are just telling people to start a business. But what I tell people is, I show you how to identify opportunities. Okay, I do not necessarily list to you business. I don't tell you do this particular business, but I challenge you to look at the vast possibilities out there and come up with something that you are passionate about and you will love to do for yourself and you are very passionate in doing. Because one of the essential points or factors that makes anybody successful in their business is being passionate about what you do. So I challenge people to be creative and look out there. Until Steve Jobs came up with tablets, there was no tablets. He's somebody who looked ahead, see what customers will need in the near future, and came up with products. And the same way we have with Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, and lots of products out there. People had to look out there and see what is possible to bring in, try certain things, and get it going. So get a copy of my book, and I show you, it's like telling somebody how to fish. I show them where to find the fishes and how to identify what kind of fish you can catch.
Excellent. Folks, again, you're here watching the Smart Money program. I'm talking to Victor, the author of the business you can start. Today, spotting the greatest opportunities in the economic downturn. Victor is a business consultant, and you have a consulting firm in London, England, and they guide you in a step-by-step process how to start your own business, create your own ideas, and turn your ideas into the big dream that you want to start, or whatever to change your financial situation. Now, Victor, we talk about adults doing business. We also talk about adults, grown adults doing business. What about business for kids? I got Daniel Corbin on the show here. What about a business for Daniel? What kind of business Daniel can start?
Daniel can start a business among own peers. I mean, as you go to school, you know certain things that your mates and your groups are very much interested in. I'm sure there's certain toys that your mates might be interested in being able to probably play with. And you want to say, well, if anybody needs a toy that I can provide, I can be able to access the toy for them. Why don't I ask Daddy to help me to get those toys and be able to sell it to these children, these mates of mine? Daniel, you could also look at the possibility of creating a kind of friendship, a kind of network of friends. And as you play along, you come up with ideas that both of you can be able to network together and be able to play along at the same time, be able to turn them into business. You can also become a storyteller. If you love stories and you love some of the toys that you play with, you can decide to tell a story around them, and you can also start from there. And I'm sure that they will be more than willing to help you to do that all anytime.
You have any question for Victor?
Not really.
No, not really? Okay. But just keep on listening, and you hopefully get some ideas and tips from Victor, and that can help you create some things that you want to do. You already had your own business last summer. What kind of business you had? Tell Victor what's your business.
Well, I started like a bead business where I make bracelets for like kids, adults, and like necklaces too. And I would give them to my mom or my dad, and they would help me like sell it around their work, and I made up to $200.
Excellent. See that? So again, she started her own business, making some money, beads and necklaces and stuff, and she started doing fine with that. It's just now to take her to the next level so she can expand her portfolio, maybe try another business or something she like to make extra money. But business is definitely important. And how serious or how important it is from a business consultant to teach kids about business at a young age, Victor?
It is so essential, especially in the current the current climate that we find ourselves. I challenge people. I challenge most parents, try and get a copy of the book. Not just because I'm selling, but try and help to train the children and to start focusing on being job creators instead of being job seekers. There are so many people out there who are looking for jobs, and not because they don't have the qualification or the grades, but yet the jobs are not existent. However, there are many people out there who can be able to creatively come up with ideas that they can develop. I'm sure what Daniel developed over there, if he's able to take it further, learn better ways of being able to polish this business up, get the right information that will help him to be able to expand it gradually. With time, you find that he'll become somebody who will become known in the business and might have created a brand for himself and can be able to take it further and develop it into something viable, something that becomes internationally recognized. And that is how it all starts. I've got a couple of clients as well who have got this kind of business that Daniel is doing, and they are gradually doing very well. They've got a very nice website coming up. And one of them recently, I linked them up with a fashion house who were trying to come up with a fashion show, and they needed somebody who provided them with accessories. And bam, that's the deal done there, and it's taking them high. So there are different ways of doing it, but children, we really need to help to train our children, not just tell them, listen, it's enough to just go to school. However, once you go to school, look out for ways of being able to set yourself up in business and focus your mind on becoming a job creator instead of just a job seeker.
Absolutely, Victor. Now, from your experience, and I see in your book you talk about branding and uniqueness. How important is branding in the business world?
It is so crucial. If you look at any significant business out there that is really excelling, they almost always started from one product. Now, because they focus on creating an image, okay, that is associated with with either excellence, quality of service, or quality of product, or any image, the image that they created around their business helps them be able to grow that business, and not only that, but expand into other businesses around the world. I'm sure everyone knows Virgin Airlines, which was started by Richard Branson. And he started this business, basically he started as somebody who was just selling records, okay? But he did well, he expanded this, and now Virgin brand is basically in almost every business. And wherever he goes, because the image is built around the businesses that he's been involved in, it's kind of earning him so much. So if you really want to excel in business in this 21st century, you want to focus right from the onstart in building a brand that is establishing yourself as a unique, kind of business, irrespective of how many people are in the industry. Have a particular, I challenge people in the book to look at your unique selling points. You want to really highlight that and make sure that you present it in a more excellent way, in a way that is different from whatever is out there in the market. And as you develop it, as you expand your reach, as you go into the community, into the nation, and into the world, you find that your value increases. And as long as you continue to be excellent at what you do, you realize that everybody out there eventually will be more able to associate with that brand. And with time, everybody will want to do business with you, and increasingly it will add up to the value of your brand. Excellent.
Now, how do folks get access to your book, Victor?
Yes, my book is available on my website, which is www.vike Business Services. That is VIKE businessservices.com. And you could also get copies on Amazon. And the ebook edition is also available in Kindle, so it could be downloaded from Amazon anywhere in the world. And you can also get the Barnes and Nobles. And you can just go to the bookstore near you, and they can always order a copy for you online, and you can always get it within a couple of days.
Excellent. Again, we're on the Smart Money program. We're talking to Victor, an international business consultant, promoting this book, The Business You Can Start, How to Spot the Greatest Opportunities in the Downturn, with the Downturn Economic Times. Folks, get access to Victor's book, get a copy, read it. As Victor says, teach the kids about business from a very young age so they can become job creators versus job seekers. I love that concept, Victor. Now, what is one particular business, because everybody likes it easy, a business sometimes starting becomes too difficult for people. What's the easiest business that you've seen that a person can start today?
The easiest business, a business that you are passionate about, you can do without sweat. Okay? I mean, if it's something that, let's say for instance, you are very good in communicating with people or networking, then you want to see, can I build a kind of business based on network? What Facebook does is basically build a network and eventually find ways of selling something to them. So if that is, you want to always start from what you are very familiar with. If let's say you lost your job in a particular business, you want to check yourself and see, well, did I develop any skills, any know-how that I can be able to translate into a kind of business now? For instance, can you become a consultant in that particular business? If apart from being a consultant, can you be able to provide can you be able to source some of the items that, let's say, your manufacturing company needed in being able to produce whatever they produce? Will you be able to find the best source to be able to supply that company? So always start from where you are very familiar with and where it is you are passionate in being able to carry that business along. And once you start from there, you gain the experience as time goes on, and with time you can branch into other things.
Excellent, excellent, Victor. Again, folks, thank you for watching the Smart Money program. Again, thanks, Victor, from the international business consultant, promoting his book, The Business You Can Start, spotting the greatest opportunities in the economical downturn. Again, thank you for watching the Smart Money program. We promise over and over again, every time you watch our program, we have a wealth full of knowledge we're going to share with you. Thank you, Victor, for being on our show.
Thank you very much, Frank, and thank you, Daniel, and I hope to speak to you soon.
Thank you. To your success, folks. See you soon.